Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM21 story, The Head Coach with me, Daniel. We're back for part 111, and although things are going well with Juventus, there's still that little bit of inconsistency and there's still those little worries. We're going to look at some of those today before two massive football matches. We play Manchester United at home in the European Champions League group of death, and we'll see how that's progressing at the moment because it's not got any further apart. And then we'll be facing Inter Milan away from home in Serie A. Just 2 points separate us and Milan. We're drawing so many games. But after midweek Champions League football, I'm not sure we're going to be at our best. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer still in charge of Manchester United, 11 years into this save. So if you're looking forward to it and seeing how we get on in these two matches, whether we can progress in a Champions League and stay top of Serie A, then please do chuck a thumbs up on it. Subscribe down below for daily FM21 videos. There's regular Euros predictions at the moment as well, the night before every set of fixtures. And you can catch up with all the other playlists and the food channel in the eye above. And the Twitch channel in the description below where we've got loads of Euros watch-alongs, and thank you so much to everyone that supported them so far. They really have meant a lot. But in terms of today, we've got possibly two of the toughest games of the season. I know Inter have just dropped off the boil recently, but they should be a top 6 side. United at home in the Champions League, for those who watched a couple of episodes ago, will remember they battered us 5-1 at Old Trafford. So revenge is very much needed. Let's go and have a look though at the schedule to see what's been happening since you were last with me. We've stayed unbeaten, but still a few too many draws. We beat Monza 4-2 away from home. Again, relied on late goals. It was 2-2 after the hour mark, but Popov wrapped up his hat-trick after Simoy's early strike, and that made it a 4-2 victory. A 1-0 win at home to Fiorentina, Bongiorni with a second half goal. A 1-1 draw away at Bayer Leverkusen, Bongiorni's first half goal cancelled out. A 3-1 win away at Parma, back and a Popov brace from the wings. And then at home to Lazio last time out, again another early goal cancelled out, this time Robert Gandara. We had to rotate a few after the international break there due to injuries and fatigue. But we're pretty much at full strength today, which we haven't been able to say most of this season. So I'm really looking forward to seeing if we can put in a good display. A few of those backup players coming back from injury, just needing to get a little bit of fitness. They're not quite in the rhythm yet. But we're still doing okay. Look, part of that United game, we haven't lost a game all season. Yes, there's been a few too many draws for my liking. The Empoli one, probably the most costly. The last minute against Roma, frustrating. But we're still doing alright. We're still up at the top of the tree. And we've just got to hold on. Though it is a difficult run of fixtures coming up after Real Betis, which will probably be a crucial final Champions League group match. We've then got Udinese, Atalanta and Napoli. I mean, it could be a really disastrous spell. I mean, we might even have Fiorentina in the first round of the Italian Cup. It doesn't get much more difficult, really. But things going okay on the pitch. They're ticking over. But if we have a look at where that leaves us in the Champions League group, it is tight. Manchester United away on 10 points. They're already wrapped up because of their results against other teams. We've got to try and get some sort of result out of them today. If we can draw this one and then beat Real Betis at home, maybe then we're through, we're fine. But if we lose this one, it could be out of our hands when we go into the final game. And if United have already won the group as well, do we then run the risk of them resting everyone against Bayer Leverkusen and letting them win? And then we might have Europa League football. So there are some concerns. It's certainly not an exciting time yet. But I've got a feeling that Real Betis game is going to be so important. In a very ideal world, what I'd like to happen is us to somehow beat United today. Real Betis and Bayer Leverkusen to draw, because then Betis can't catch us in the final game. Bayer Leverkusen will stay behind on head-to-head record, and we'd actually be through going into the final group stage game, which would be remarkable on 8 points. But I'm not sure it's going to be as simple as that. We'll deal with the game against Inter and the Serie A title race a bit later on. But let's go and get into this crucial Champions League game. An early kick-off in our group and see if we're able to do something special. Changes being recommended. I'm pretty sure I've already made them. But let's go and have a look. 61,000 sell-out as you would expect for this big game. And this is the 11 we've gone for. It's Onana in goal, who has improved but still not having the best season. Cesar and Simois the fullbacks with Marcelo alongside Matthias de Ligt. Shep Roma alongside Tonali in the middle. Popov back and Balde the attacking midfield 3. I'm pretty sure Sana Balde just signed a 1-year contract extension. And Bongiorni up front on his own. That's really what we're missing. If this team had a Dave Klassen, a Federico Pereira who scored every chance, the rest would probably be irrelevant. It's the only difference between our sides. maybe slightly less good defensively as well. But overall, we're a decent team, we're ticking along quite nicely. But this is the game, more than any probably, that I'd just like to win and get over and done with. We've got good players on the bench, I'm not sure how much of an impact they'll make here though. But don't forget, we lost 5-1 at Old Trafford, and today, we need retaliation. Well, up we come against Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We know United are a great side, both from this season and from our previous encounters when we were at Spurs and the likes. Still a very good side. They bought in the £195 million man Callum Hudson-Odoi for today's game. So I think it's fair to say they're confident now. And realistically, they can afford to lose this game and still win the group. So we have to hope that with our first 11, if they turn up for the occasion, and United not quite so worried about it, we might be able to get the result we need. We've got a bit of experience in our side, but that didn't mean much away from home at Old Trafford, and it's not meaning much early here as well. Hudson-Odoi's corner floated into the back stick, headed over the bar by the centre-half who'd come forward. But really, we haven't offered a lot, and in 5 minutes, United have had 4 shots. None of them have hit the target, but not the best start to this match. Hopefully, we can get on the front foot soon, and maybe just nick that opening goal, as it's another United corner to the back post. How many free headers are we going to offer here? It's a long clearance downfield, which Boucher will get to first. But I'm really not pleased with this display so far. Simpson, the right back, lays it out, and we've got a throw on the right hand side with Samois. Popov nicks it. Cleared away only as far as Balde. Into back! Oh, he's put it wide. Oh, you can't miss those. United are on top still. I'm going to have to drop to a balanced mentality. We know what happened at Old Trafford when we did that. But look how high they're pressing us. They look so confident they've got us. And mentally, there may still be a scar from that trip to England. As Popov goes surging down the right, he's basically been our star player the last 2 months. Since he got back from injury, he's been brilliant. Samois delivers the cross, back loses out. Trung beats the midfielder to it, then sets off. He's beaten 3 men, laid it through to Guerrero, rounds Onana and scores. That is absolutely pathetic defending. 2 players have just single-handedly destroyed 7 or 8. And it is Juventus 0, Manchester United 1. And this is the catch-22, isn't it? United actually create less chances when we drop to a balanced mentality. But they seem to score more goals because we don't offer a threat. And with 5 minutes to half-time, we've been completely outplayed in our own stadium. And there are some massive, massive alarm bells ringing in my head. I don't even look at this and see where there's a goal coming from. As Simpson gives it to Boucher on the right, I think the least likely thing of anything here is us getting an equaliser based on this display. Marcelo heads away to back though. It only takes 1 counter-attack. Here he comes down the left. He skinned the fullback. There's 2 up in support in the middle. Gets into the box. Back to Balde. First one's blocked. Second one's blocked. And it's cleared away downfield. That was a great opportunity. And with an hour gone, it's probably the most positive moment we've had. But we're just over 20 to go. We've still really shown nothing towards getting something out of this match. We've picked up another injury with Back. And it all just seems to be conspiring against us. Back's going to be replaced by Unava, who will be an inverted winger on attack. At left back, we've got a struggling Cesar, who's going to be replaced by Nori. And Shiet Roma, the best player on the pitch for us, but looks shattered. So Andreas Ege on for him. Is he better as a box-to-box? No. So we're not going to worry about that either. What can Tonali do? Still better as a playmaker. So let's confirm the 3 changes. Let's go and get back into it. We'll encourage the lads again in a moment. But before they're made, we've got to throw him. It goes long by the clearance to Marcelo. Just a 5-yard pass gives it away. It's so poor. We look so nervy on the big stage. And you know my superstition by now. When we've got pending tactical changes during a highlight, we're only going to have one thing. And I know what this is going to end with. And then I'm going to tell you my superstition's right. As Ibanez plays down the left-hand side. Hudson-Odoi and Guerrero in. But Guerrero straight at Onana. We survive on this occasion. But still 1-0. And it is all Manchester United. We're waiting for the 8 o'clock game to see how much control we're going to have on the final day. But we're going to be left having to beat Betis. And possibly hoping for other results. What on earth is going on? What on earth is happening? 3 times Manchester United have gone in one-on-one with a 5-yard pass option, has literally stood there and passed it to the attacker for Manchester United. Callum Hudson-Odoi puts it in. We've got a lot of bottle jobs in this team. And for whatever you want to say in terms of quality, in terms of wonder kids that could become superstars, if you haven't got bottle, if you haven't got nerve on the big stage, you're never going to go anywhere. Another awful performance from Bongiorni, from Balde, from Marcelo, all of the youngsters. Cesar throws on the big stage at left back as well. And we can't keep relying on a few experienced legs. We're going to say we're far from pleased. We lose 2-0 on the night. We lost 5-1 at Old Trafford as well. And even if we do get out of this group, there is no chance of us retaining the Champions League. We just have to focus on Serie A. And there's a big game at Inter around the corner. We'll be back for that in a minute with hopefully fresh enough legs and a better mindset. Well, this is the big one. We are back to face Inter Milan in the second of today's doubleheader. And I'm just waiting to find out what the Torino v AC Milan score was. I'm guessing AC have won it because it says we're second in Serie A at the top of the screen there. We also had the other game in the Champions League group stage, Real Betis v Bayer Leverkusen. And I am very pleased to say that it was a draw. The one result we desperately needed has occurred. So now our destiny is in our own hands. If we beat Real Betis, we're through. If we draw against them and Bayer Leverkusen don't better our score against Manchester United, we're through. Actually, I'm just looking at this here. If we draw and finish on 6 points and get through, is that a record low? I can't remember the last time I saw that in any group of the Champions League. I think 7's the lowest I remember seeing. So it could be a very interesting moment for us. I can tell you now, we will be back for that final group stage game on camera. There will not be a long session off camera after this. We'll probably play Cagliari and then we'll be back to face Real Betis and Udinese because it's just too big a game not to. But for today, we want to try and get back to the top of Serie A. Milan won 4-2 away at Torino. They were 4-0 up in 20 minutes. He's not a brilliant player, Garat, either. But he's in goal-scoring form, and our strikers certainly aren't. So we'll get through the opposition instructions. We'll see what changes are recommended. I'm not going to make any of them. And we've got a full bench back now, I think, as well. So I'm going to go and get into the game. It is an unchanged team from Manchester United. We just need them to perform a little better. On the road against Inter Milan, this is one of our toughest domestic matches of the season. Now let's see if we can get back to the top of the table. And it is an Inter side that made big moves in the summer, as we saw. Maybe they're just starting to settle in now and improve. We know Vinicius Jr. is one of those stars. There's a few others on the bench that were joined in the summer as well. But it's a very good team and they have the ability to cause a big threat to us. What we've got to do is make sure we turn up and produce our best. But that's not something that's happened in a lot of big games this year. It's the famous blue and black stripes for Inter. It is the yellow away kit for Juventus. More gold, I guess. But here they come down the left straight away. It's Vinicius Jr. back into midfield. They're dominating the flank already. They're trying to produce a bit of an overload. And look at that. They've got 4 in the box for the cross already. It's knocked down for Salcedo. And we're going to VAR, maybe for an offside from the initial cross. But it has certainly been a worrying or alarming start regardless. We're going to VAR. It is called back for offside. We survive against the first minute goal. Thankfully it remains 0-0 here, but it could have been so much worse. As it stands, a draw takes us back to the top of the league by 1 goal on goal difference, or maybe even head-to-head record in this league, because we did batter Milan. It was one of our best performances of the season. But against their rivals, we're struggling to get going. It's not been a great game. There's not been many chances. We've got a free kick on the right with Popov. Dangerous position. Straight in on the goalkeeper's head. And that means this highlight is going to be an Inter counter-attack down that side now. It's going to be a long kick. You can tell it straight away. Garcia over the top. Vinicius Jr. completely unmarked. Beats his man into the box. Gets past the legs and puts it into the side netting. They probably could have done better with that one. He probably could have cut it back. But at the moment we survive. They're yet to have a shot on target. But they're starting to have the better of the match and territory. Well, 1 minute to the break. Marcos Alonso puts a cross in. Oh, what has gone on there? That is a catastrophe. It was bobbling around for ages. The goalkeeper slid in. 2 defenders were with their back turned to the ball and it hit both of them. And then eventually a man slid in on the line. And on the stroke of half time, Inter take the lead. And they've deserved it. I mean, we've been crap. We really have been for the last few episodes. We started so well against Atalanta in that Super Cup final. We've just gradually drifted away. Inter nearly score an own goal there, but they can be given in the end as a good backwards header. And on the counter again, they look absolutely ruthless. And we just can't cope, though Balde's coming away with it here. He's got Bongiorni up with him. He's gone alone, though. Balde shoots miles wide. We look so toothless. I have no idea where this has come from. Popov's had an awful game. He's never this bad. We're going to drop to balance for now because it looks like it could be 2 or 3. As Tavares throws in, it's a poor clearance. It's a comedy of errors from both sides here. The ball's into Balde. He's missed a 1-on-1 from 7 yards. He had to put that either side of the keeper. But instead, we've got a corner kick. And it's Popov taking it on the right-hand side. Outswinging delivery. Bongiorni's up. Header straight at Garcia, the keeper. We need to think about changes. There's some legs that aren't very fresh. There's some players that have been poor. But I don't know if anyone on the bench can make the difference. As Back gets it again on the left wing. Cross into Popov. We said he was the star man. We said the wingers have created so much. And again, one winger delivers for another. Back sets up Popov. And it's 1-1. Completely against the run of play for everything up until the last 5 minutes. But dropping to balanced has got us back into this. So now let's see if we can take advantage. I mean, that shows you how bad Popov is. He has got a 6.7 rating despite scoring the goal. So I'm going to bring on Gandara. I'm going to also take off the nervous yet Roma. He's going to be replaced by Ristivajevic. And at fullback, I mean, I keep getting told by the assistant to bring in Febrian for Simois. And I don't really know what the right back's done wrong, but he must have some sort of reasoning for it. So with 23 minutes to go, we are starting to get on top, having dropped our mentality slightly. But it's 1-1 on the night, and we'd really like to get a winner here. It's Ristivajevic, the sub, plays a 1-2 with Matthias de Ligt. He gives it into Tonali. We've got an overlap on the right, but instead we go for the Hollywood ball. Not quite sure why we feel the need to produce the special pass every time. It finds its way to Julio Cesar, to Back on the left, into Bongiorni. The defender felt that he had to slide in, and Cas Peters did just that. Yes, he stopped Bongiorni getting on the end of it, but he slid in, got a great connection, and beat his own keeper. 2-1 to Juventus, a brilliant turnaround. And away at Inter, this could be a crucial result if we hang on. But it's Garcia with a goal kick, intercepted by Gandara. It wasn't good enough. Bongiorni lays it to Gandara again, beats the sliding tackle, comes out with the ball again. It's going backwards for some reason. Oh, what a delivery. Back loses out in the air. Santangelo comes away with it. It's all Inter Milan on the counter, but it's an overhit ball through to Onana, and this is turning into another one of those long, desperate highlights, and it's got to end with something. De Ligt's long ball forward, straight to Hodge at centre-half. He goes forward. Marcos in the middle. Comes over halfway, surging down the right flank. There's nobody getting pressure on him. And in the end, he gets to the byline to Tavares. To Marcos again, into Santangelo. And it's hit the post. Marcelo puts it out for a throw. But this is getting a bit too nervy towards the end here. I just want a third on the break. I just want to relax. But as we get to stoppage time, I have no choice other than to go for the time wasting. You've all seen it a million times from here. We're going to play a bit more direct. We're going to time waste all the time. Be more disciplined. Slow it down. Hold our shape. And drop our line of engagement and defensive pressing. We're doing all we can to nick the win off this game. And it could be crucial in the Serie A title race. I think as we come to the end of stoppage time, oh, it's an Inter Milan corner. De Ligt heads away. It's got to be it, referee. We're nearly a minute over. Balde runs down the line to Bongiorni. Now he can nick a third. Bongiorni rounds the keeper. And Giovanni Bongiorni, the wonder kid, makes it 3. And that extremely, extremely flatters us based on the performance. We certainly didn't deserve to win by 2 goals. But we have. We remain top of Serie A by 2 points. And after disappointment in the Champions League, that is the perfect antidote domestically. Well, there is the confirmation. We move on to 30 points. We crucially boost the goal difference undeservedly in stoppage time. But we're not going to be away for long because we have got a crucial final game of the Champions League group stage. We're at home to Real Betis. We are on 5 points. Bayer Leverkusen are on 5 points. Real Betis are on 3. Any of the teams could still go through. Us, Bayer Leverkusen or Real Betis could get through on 6 points, which shows you how closely matched the 3 sides are and just how bad this group's been for us. But But we're top of the league, we're happy with that. We'll show Udinese in the next episode too. If you did enjoy that comeback against Inter Milan after a shocking start against Man United, please do chuck a thumbs up on it. Subscribe down below for daily FM21 videos from 2 long-term stories. We've got Euros predictions on the eve of every fixture list as well. You can catch up with a playlist for that and some of the other Euro specials up in the eye above. There's also a link to the Twitch channel in the description below where we've got loads of Euros watch-alongs at the moment. Thank you so much to all of those who have supported them so far. And if you haven't yet, come and check them out. They're plenty of fun. We just have a relaxing chat while watching football for a couple of hours. But a big thank you for watching this, for supporting the series as always. It is greatly appreciated. And I'll see you next time for a massive Champions League decider, as it could all go wrong very early on at Juventus.